Hey guys, today we're on 9-4, Solve Radical Equations on page 234 in the Orange Algebra 1 book. We have one objective here, and that is to solve radical equations. So over here, in this little typed area, is a radical equation. We have x plus 3 in the square root, minus 2 equals 9. So make sure to put that down in your notebook. Just a little baby example there. Okay. We're going to solve radical equations the exact same way we've solved them in the past. Okay, we're going to use inverse operations. If you had an addition equation, you would use the subtraction property of equality to solve it. So think about this. What is the inverse of a square root? That would be squaring a number, right? Squaring a number and finding the square root are inverse of each other. So it's like if we have the square root of a equals 8. All I did here was I squared the square root of a and I squared 8. That got rid of my square root. So we had a equals 64. Whatever you do on one side of the equal sign, you must do to the other. Okay, that rule still stands. Okay? So if we have the square root of x plus 2 equals 5. All we're going to do here first is take care of all of our numbers that are not in the square root sign. So I'm going to subtract 2. Again, do the inverse operation. So now the square root of x equals 3. I'm going to square each term here. Squaring that's going to get rid of the square root sign, so x equals 9. So now we're going to check and see if that's correct. So the square root of 9 plus 2 equals 5. The square root of 9 is going to be 3 plus 2. And that means 5 equals 5, so this is a true statement. It's a terrible true. T for true, so I can't spell today. Okay, so the solution set, which you've seen before, equals, in our brackets, 9. Okay? Alrighty, make sure to check these bad boys. It'll have you do that in your homework for sure. So now we have 5, the square root of x minus 2 equals 5. So 5, this is saying 5 times the square root of x minus 2, right? What is the inverse of multiplication? That would be division. So let's divide each side by 5. It's going to get rid of those bad boys. So now we have the square root of x minus 2 equals 1. Square both of these bad boys. Okay, so we have x minus 2 equals 1. Add 2 to both sides to isolate x. It's going to be, okay, that's going to be 3. So now let's check that bad boy. So we have 5 square root of 3 minus 2, which is going to equal 5. Okay? So we have 5 square root of 1 equals 5. We're going to divide it by 5 on both sides. Knocks that out. So square root of 1 equals 1. We square this in parentheses. It's going to be 1 equals 1. Okay? So that means our solution set, SS, equals in our brackets. It's going to be 3. Okay? Alrighty. Alright. An extraneous solution is a solution that does not satisfy the equation. Okay? So always make sure to check your answer. So that means like you checked it and your answer was not, 3 equals 3. It was like 3 equals 5, which is not true. Then you would show your answer as either an empty solution set, which is right here, or the no solution set, which is with the circle with the line through it. Okay, so let's see that. Alrighty, so let's solve this bad boy. Let's do minus 8. Minus 8. So we have 3 square root of x equals negative 6. Okay, we're going to divide by 3 on both sides. Square root of x equals negative 2. Now, even before we check this, okay, we know it's going to be negative because the square of a number cannot be negative, okay, unless there's one already inside of the square root, unless the radicand is negative, okay? So, this one will be an extraneous solution, just so you guys know. So, we're going to square both of these bad boys. Okay? So, that's going to break free of that baby nugget. Oh, wait a minute. I put a 6 there. It's supposed to be an x. Sorry. Boom, let's cross out. Alright, break that free, so that's going to be x equals Negative 2 times negative 2 is going to be a positive 4. So now let's check it. So we have 3 square root of 4 plus 8 equals 2. We subtract 8 on both sides. We get 3 square root of 4 equals a negative 6. We divide by 3. Divide by 3. And then we're going to get, that crosses out, we're going to get the square root of 4 equals negative 2. The square root of 4 is a positive 2. So we're going to get 2 equals negative 2, which is not true. Okay? So this is false. So I'm going to show either an empty solution or the no solution. Okay? Either or, whichever one that you prefer. Alrighty, let's do another one. Let's do 5 minus the square root of b plus 3 equals a negative 1. Okay? Same thing here. We're going to subtract 5 on both sides. Okay, we're going to get negative square root of b plus 3 equals negative 6. Okay. Alright, the second thing I want to do here is when you have a negative sign on the outside of the square root sign like that, I want to get rid of that. So I'm going to actually divide by negative 1 on both sides to cancel that out. So we're going to have the square root of b plus 3 equals a positive 6. Alright, we're going to square both of these. Alrighty. So we're going to get b plus 3 equals 36. We're going to subtract 3, and then b is going to equal a positive 33. And let's plug in that again. So we're going to have 5 minus the square root of, oops, every time. 33 plus 3, which is going to give us a positive 36. I'm just going to put that in there. Equals a negative 1. We're going to subtract 5. It's going to give us a negative. Alright, so the square root of 36 is going to be 6. So we're going to have actually, we're going to back this straight up here just for a second. Oopsie. Before I do that, I am going to do something even simpler. I am going to, what is it, negative 1? There we go. I'm going to pull this out of its, absolute, or its square root sign. So that's going to be a 6. So 5 minus 6 equals negative 1. So that's going to be 5 minus 6 will be negative 1. Negative 1 here equals negative 1. This is a true statement. So our solution set is going to be, oops, what is wrong with me? Solution set is going to be 33 for B. Put negative 1 there, that's incorrect. Okay. This is, I'll tell you what, this is what I want you to do right now. I would like you to do the try these numbers 1 through 4. The 4 is a challenge. You can do number 4. I believe in you. You can rock it out. And I'll see you next time in class. All right. Bye, guys.